Hello and welcome to another episode of Blockchain Stories here at Blockchain Center NBO. Big shout out to our host, PC NBO, for offering. Hey Jehovah, Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Blockchain Stories here at Blockchain Center NBO. A quick shout out to our host for providing us such an amazing set. If you're looking for a co-working space, an indoor event arena, this is the place you should be looking at, okay? So look them up for a productive and creative space. And today we're exploring Web3, what it is, and why it's making so much interest in Africa and generally around the world. And in studio with me, I have my guest, Mr. Wanjala Kaluka, or Kaluka Wanjala, whichever. Mr. Kaluka Wanjala. he is a seasoned data analyst and technologist, a guru in the Web3 space, and a contributor in the next generation of data analysts in Africa and around the world. So welcome and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Kaluka Wanjala. I'm from Tech Arena. As she said, I'm a tech journalist, Web3 enthusiast, and at Tech Arena we do cover digital transformation across Africa. And one of the topics that we do lean on heavily is Web3, and we are trying to sort of like give out information on what Web3 is and separating the hype from the real world applications and how it actually benefits real users and even developers alike.
Such an amazing thing to do, yeah. So let's start with the basics, right? A random person in the street will hear Web3.
Yeah.
What should it mean to them?
Okay. So when I can start explaining Web3, I think I can start explaining with the evolution of the internet. You know, when the internet first started, we sort of like refer it to as Web 1. That was the initial one, where you could just go get information, just read, and very little interaction with the websites, just get information and get out. And then we moved on to Web 2, which now introduced a bit of the social media that we know of right now. So you could go get information, but you could also create information. So you could create information on Instagram, YouTube, whichever platform you want. So that's Web 2. And then Web 3 builds on top of that, introduces digital ownership. So it's sort of like whatever we have on Web 2 and Web 1, and also now building, introducing ownership, which is now what Web 3 is specifically about. And I think the most important thing is Web 3 is not necessarily replacing the internet, as some people may want to think. It's sort of like just adding the digital ownership to what we already have. And with Web 2, we mostly had your data and your information was controlled by a few big companies. Web 3 now introducing ownership. You can own your data. You can own the information that you put out there. So that's the most important thing about Web 3. It's the ownership.
Okay. And for someone out there, I think we're so used to the term cryptocurrencies, right? Yeah. So I will hear Web3, and then I will hear blockchain, and then I will hear cryptocurrency. Yeah. Are they the same thing? What are they even related?
They're sort of related, and I think the reason why most people associate it with that is cryptocurrency was the first mainstream application of Web3 that most people know about. So that's why it's heavily associated with Web3. But I can give an example of Web3 is sort of like a cryptocurrency, is sort of like a division under Web3. You know, if you think about it, like the best example I like to give is, if you think about the blockchain of Web3 as the internet, cryptocurrency is like one website. We have so many websites, so it's just one of the divisions under Web3. So they're sort of like related, but not the same thing. Cryptocurrency is more of the financial aspect of that supports the economic aspects of the Web3. So it's just the financial bit of Web3.
And now talking of the different industries and sectors, give us a general view of applications of Web3 in the ecosystem, as well as different practical uses.
Yeah. So the biggest application is in the financial space, and it's in financial inclusion. You know, with Web3, everyone can access, let's say if you're talking about cryptocurrencies, everyone can access these cryptocurrencies no matter where they are, as long as they have an internet connected device, they can access it. You know, if you look at, especially for Africa, since we're talking about Africa, most people are not included in the financial system. and especially in the rural areas or in the areas where we don't necessarily underdeveloped areas, so they're not included. With the Web3 and the financial aspect of it, you can include more people into these financial sectors, and they can contribute to the financial sector. If you're talking about banks, most banks don't have branches everywhere you go. But with Web3 and the cryptocurrencies, if I have my smartphone and I'm connected to the internet, I can take part in this financial sector. I can send money to someone, I can buy goods, and which actually can improve the economic lives of these individuals. And another bit is cross-border trade. It's so difficult to do business within Africa.
Yes.
Like, it's easier to do business with someone in Europe than within Africa itself. And one of the reasons for that is it's so hard to move money between countries. There's so much regulation, it takes so much time, policies, and it's even expensive. It adds so much to the costs. It's cheaper to send money to someone in London than it is to Nigeria. So with Web3 and even with some of the cryptocurrencies or even the stablecoins, it's easier and cheaper to send money and quicker to send money to someone within Africa and do trade with them. And we all know that if it takes so much money for me to send, if you're in Nigeria, let's say, and it takes so much money for me to send money to you, and I'm buying something for you, it will take so much time for you to send the products to me. So it slows down the economic process within these countries. So we are not able to do business with each other. And for me, if I was the one selling the products, I'd be like, why should I do business with you? And I can do business with someone in Europe and do it much quicker than with you. So it can improve the cross-border trade and cross-border financial transfers. And another thing, I think it's agriculture.
Yeah.
You know, with Web3 and the blockchain, you can introduce like verifiable information that you can have it on the blockchain, and someone can come and verify that if this person says that this product was grown in Kenya, it's true, it was grown in Kenya, and they can even see the records of some of the fertilizers they use, some of the inputs they had. And especially if you talk to people who export products to Europe, it's so hard to export any plant or any farm product to Europe if you cannot verify this product, what products you used during your input and where it came from. So for the European markets, they need this information. So with the blockchain, you can actually, if you have the information, anyone can access it and it's verifiable and they know that it's not altered. And the third addition, I think, can be with the government. We're talking about land records. They can easily be verified. Even with schools, you can easily verify that someone's certificate is real and it's not altered. The records are there and you can see it's not altered. So those are some of the applications that you can have, especially for the African market.
I think even in the medical field as well, you're able to know I can move from hospital A to hospital B, and my records are on chain, right?
True.
And they don't have to call the doctor, move with your file,
Exactly.
It's very easy.
So those are some of the applications. I think the verifiable bit is what, especially for Africa, most of the records are not, we don't keep records as well as we should. So that introducing that can actually help us a bit, because you can move things faster. Even as you said, if you're moving from one doctor to the other, if I have to keep calling the doctor, it's time, and we're talking about someone's health. It can be risky. But if it's so quick, I can verify, you save a lot of time and you move on to the next things.
The other thing I think would be it is immutable. It is unchangeable. It is on chain forever. No one can alter that information. No doctor anywhere can add and say they were here, they had this, this.
And I think that's even for what I've mentioned, land records. You know, in Kenya, you can go and get the land records. Whatever you're seeing might be altered, but if it's on the blockchain, you know that it's not altered. And if it's altered, you can go and see when it was altered, and you can ask questions about it, like, why is this happen? And you know, so before you commit your money, you know whatever you're doing is the right thing.
So I would try to say Web3 is actually the next step to giving Africa a cleaner face, right? A step towards a better tomorrow, right?
True.
Oh,
because even when you think about Africa, we don't have the legacy systems as other markets. So we are actually building you can actually build from scratch and incorporate Web3 into whatever we are doing. And it can actually help us move faster than even other markets.
So when you're there out there on ground talking to people, interviewing other people, what do they say about Web3 and blockchain? How would you picture their adoption? How would you say they'd accept this as a way of life or integrate into their day-to-day?
It's a very tough question. But I think
well, it is part of the problems we're going to deal with, right?
Yeah.
We have to tell people how will you adopt this into your day-to-day life.
I think one of the biggest challenges we have with Web3, and first of all, the technology can be confusing to the average person. You know, when you're explaining to them, and as we've talked about, you know, when you tell someone on Web3, they think it's the cryptocurrencies.
They think Forex.
And then when you start thinking of Forex and all those scams. So that's one of the biggest challenges that we have at the moment. You know, people don't know what it is, and they're scared of actually what it is. You know, you're scared of what you don't know.
Yes.
So they're so scared of getting started. But I still say there are those people who are actually getting into it. They're starting to understand, they're starting to use it, especially for the younger generation. Most of them they quite understand it. They don't necessarily understand the basic, the complete picture, but they still get the basics. The biggest challenge also will be like the older people. You know, if you're telling someone who's older that, you know, use this, they're like, why? What is this? How does it work?
Already using mobile money was a big problem. So
so someone will be like, where are their offices? You know, you tell someone start using Bitcoin, where are their offices? You know, those are the sort of things that the challenges that we have. But I think with continuous education and even exposure, and even one of the things that many people may not necessarily like, but regulation
government
helps a bit. Because when the government comes, a lot more people start trusting some of these platforms. So they'll be like, the government is there.
Trust it, and we can
trust it a bit more. And then now regulation also sort of like protects the users to some extent. So I think that's what I have to say. You know, there's still challenges, but it's picking up compared to a few years back. It's picking up a bit.
Okay, so for the young people who are interested in this technology, where would they essentially go to learn these skills? Learn how to build Web3 or on Web3.
So for anyone who's interested, I think even before you start building, I think for your own bit, understand the basics, the fundamentals. Because there's so many things that happen on the internet. So before you start building or doing anything, start by understanding the basics yourself. When you understand something, now you can go out there and start meeting communities. You have Blockchain Center Nairobi, coming to communities like this. Open your first wallet, just to see what it is all about. Do a bit of transactions if you can. You know, send money to someone who, if you have a friend who is also excited about this, tell them I can send you some USDTs, some Bitcoin. Try to use these platforms to see how they work, because for you to actually bring other people to the community, you also have to use it yourself. So try that and then keep learning and relearning, because the technology moves fast. You just need to be aware of what is happening within the space.
I think even with this new technology, Web3 and blockchain, there are I have come across someone who has built an app that integrates the conversion of these cryptocurrencies to M-Pesa. So if you can have more like that, and then even these big companies, Safaricom, the insurance companies would incorporate it into their systems. It would be easier to even pay with Bitcoin, pay with ADA, to exchange with it, so that people can even know what they are, right?
Because I think even some banks are trying to, because there's a company called Vala, they're trying to bring it to the technology to the banks, to actually for the banks to build their applications around those. So I think in the next few years, we might be able to pay or to send money using these cryptocurrencies if they work well. So it's still in the early stages because regulation now it's there. So it's just for the integration to happen. So we might see that. And I think that is what will help, because if you go to your banking application and you see that you can send
money with
either with whichever one you want to use, it will create more trust within people, and more people will be asking, what is this?
Yes.
And it will actually help to grow, to reach a bigger economy. Because as you say, if the bigger companies come in, it will help a lot. Because right now, it's mostly just individuals or smaller companies, and people are like, is it a scam?
You know. I think it's also a very good way of investing your money. I have 2 wallets personally.
Yeah.
And they don't have like so much money. Yeah. But in terms of the value they hold, it's a sensible amount. Yeah. So giving it a couple of years, 2-3 years, 5, maybe 10. Yeah. I'll be holding a good amount. Yeah. Because again, this is the next thing, guys.
Because I think that's also another aspect of the Web3. Now I'm not a financial advisor, but
yes, please talk to your advisors.
You can put your money somewhere, because if you talk to, especially from people who come from Nigeria, their currency really lost a lot of value within the last few years, and that's why most of them actually forget the other bit, the scamming bit. Most of them are actually putting their money in the cryptocurrency because they know it holds a bit of value. Your value is you're not going to lose so much value compared to the currency that you already have. So it helps them a bit, but still learn that, do your research before you put your money anywhere. So it's not, I'm not telling you to.
Oh yes, that is so true. Yeah. But let me be devil's advocate just for a minute, for a small minute. The last market crash back in 2008, around that period, right? Yeah. That is when actually saw a rise in Bitcoin. Yeah. So even right now, if there was to be a market crash, it's a very bad thing, It's a very bad thing because, again, people who are developers are young, right? Yeah. It's a new concept, a new technology. So with a market crash, no adoption. Yeah. Give it a couple of years, you're good. So yes, with investments, it's a good option, right?
But I think what I can also add, besides the investing bit, even with the Web3 space, as Africa, we should not just be consumers of this technology.
Yes.
Try to build something within the space, because there's so much that you can build. You have all these D apps, whatever you want to build. We can build so much and create so much value for ourselves and even for the world. And it's not just about investing, putting your money there and it gains value. You can do so much. You can build apps, you can build whatever you can. With the adoption, by the time the adoption is mainstream, we should be having a few platforms that we have built ourselves. Because Africa is known for innovation.
Yes.
But you can't really just be
the ones to consume
we should be building something, especially with technology. I want to say that technology is actually a very interesting tool for us Africa. Because I was telling someone a few years ago, if you wanted to build a business, you really needed a lot of money and resources. But for right now, all you need is your laptop and the internet, and you can build something that can create so much value for yourself and even for the country. So try to build, not just to consume.
Yes. So guys, that is our guest, a very experienced, and he's talked to very many people. So I believe what he's saying. I believe when he tells me, develop this technology, build on this, I actually will follow his advice, because he has talked to many people. He's a founder himself, right? And Mr. Kaluka, where can we find you?
So you can find us on techarena.co.ke or Tech Arena Kenya on all platforms. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
too. It was a nice conversation.
Okay.
Thank you.